What's going on, everybody? It's the Scene Snob here, and I'm back again with another episode of the Scene Snob Reviews. I've done quite a few this week, and it's because it's John Carpenter Appreciation Week. And all the Scene Snob Reviews this week are movies of John Carpenter's that I haven't seen before, and I'm trying to catch up. So there haven't been many, and I'm almost there, but at least it gives you guys an added bonus because all of our shows are going to be Carpenter-centric this week. So we're going to be doing a lot, talking about the man, the horror master, and all of his work. But right now, I want to talk about The Ward. Okay, The Ward, I had not seen. It's 2010 film that he came out with. And it's starring Amber Heard, Danielle Pennebaker, Jared Harris. There's a ton of people in this. Lindsay Fonseca from the Kick-Ass movies, and countless other things. But so Mamie Gummer, who is Meryl Streep's daughter. It just lots of talented actors in this movie, and Amber Heard stars as a girl named Kristen, who after an incident with arson gets locked up in the ward of a psycho. I don't want to say psycho, but an institution back in 1966, and it's haunted is essentially what's going on. So I don't want to give away too much of the story. There will be some spoilers in this, though. So keep in mind, I'm not going to give the story away too centric, but I want to compare it to others because this did not fare well. This was not a huge hit with, a lot of critics out there. And I'm finding more and more as I've been doing my research before and while watching, it wasn't, the audience, like, you may see a lot of reviews by audience and like Rotten Tomatoes, things like that. But if you read them, a lot of people took something away from this movie and really enjoyed it. And I actually did too. Now, the premise is that very similar to something like Shutter Island, something even more so similar to the movie Identity. You can even say Sucker Punch, but Identity, I would say, is what it's the closest to pertaining to what the twist is. Now, I said there were spoilers. I know that gives it away, but I don't feel like it ruins it to know that with this movie. And the reason I say that is because, yes, the multiple personalities fighting themselves, horror genre type thriller has been done and done and done and done. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad. I don't want to call it a twist. I don't think it should be a twist at this point because it's been done so many times. They tried to play it up like a twist in this movie, but I kind of knew what it was going into it, so I wasn't that disappointed. It's a really well filmed movie. Yaron Orbach was the cinematographer. He was a cinematographer on movies like Begin Again, Sing Street, which was a great movie with great cinematography. Then there was, The Deuce on HBO, and he's doing Modern Love right now, and countless other things. He's a very talented cinematographer, and it shows in this movie. Carpenter, as far as drawing tension, he does do that. Now, I think everybody seems to think, from most of the arguments I've seen in reviews, that Carpenter used jump scares in this, and it wasn't, it wasn't building tension. It was like, Carpenter was building tension in it, and it was subtle, and that's always been what Carpenter is. His tension has always been subtle, followed up by jump scares. He's the horror master. He's a horror director. I think a lot of people complain about this, and I think because at the time they were remaking so many movies, especially his movies, he came out and he did something different. He didn't do the score for this, which is very unlike him. It was the first movie in like 9 or 10 years. I think it was 9 years because 2001 was Ghost of Mars. He's working, like Find Space, this cast and the story. And I think he did a great job. I really liked the movie. It was a good movie, and I think we get too hung up on twists, and that's what, once the twist is out there, if you don't like the twist or you've seen it somewhere else, a lot of people are just like, oh, it's a terrible movie. And it's not. It's a good movie. It's just as good as going back and watching, a lot of different horror movies. And I've seen a lot of bad horror movies come out that year and since that people are still like, oh, this is great. I'm going to say it right now. You guys may disagree with me. I thought it was a better horror movie than Hereditary that came out a few years ago. That's just my preference, though. it had good jump scares, had good tension. It was a solid storyline. I think it could have been done better because it's a simple story and it's been overused before. I would have liked it if rather than keep us out and save it for a twist, maybe we know and everybody else knows. We know the orderlies know. We know the doctors know. We know the nurses know. We just don't know who we're watching, as these girls don't know that they are all part of a personality. I thought that would have been much better, because then you kind of get that point of view of what's going on throughout the whole thing, and like but you don't know who the dominant personality is. Like that, I just thought that would have given it more layers and taken the twist that has been overused before, and brought it into something new. But otherwise, I thought it was a really good movie. I thought Jared Harris did a great job. Amber Heard did a great job. Everybody did a great job. And I really liked it. Was it by any means a perfect movie? Was it the best John Carpenter movie? No. But for the Horror Master to come back and do this as a feature-length film in 2010, after having not made a movie for 9 years, and like he'd been spaced out for quite some years in what movies he's made, I thought it was a good follow-up, and I want to see more from him. He did not do the score for this. It wasn't a great score. It was kind of a simple score. There's a joke about it he makes with Jared Harris. When Jared Harris says, "Why didn't you do the score?" He said, "I'm just too damn old," which I think is funny because he just did the Halloween, Blumhouse Productions movie, the score for that, and it was truly amazing, and he hasn't lost a step. But is what it is. He came out and he made a movie, and I thought he made it really good. Again, not his best, but not a bad movie. I don't think. But that's just what I think. I love to know what you guys think. So make sure you message me or you comment below and just let me know what you guys think of the movie or why. I've read a lot of reviews, but I always like to hear more. With that, I've done 2 of these already for the Carpenter Appreciation Week. So I've done Dark Star. That was on Tuesday. I did Memoirs of an Invisible Man yesterday. Today is The Ward. I'm going to watch Someone Watching Me, which was a TV movie he made with Lauren Hutton back in the 70s. And I'm trying to get Elvis. That will be the last one that I will be completely caught up with all John Carpenter movies. I've seen them all. And we will be talking about on the Scene Snobs podcast this week. We will be talking on all of our podcasts and shows. Everything's Carpenter for our appreciation of this terrific director. And it all culminates in a new podcast we're doing called Behind the Box, which is the Video Store Kids. Rob Gosher and myself, we tackle, cult classics and things like that, the stuff that we found growing up in the video stores that made us who we are today and made us love of horror, sci-fi, action, all the good stuff. So check that out. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down on YouTube. Go to thescenesnobs.com. Check out on any podcast platform, any of our podcasts. All the links are in there. And definitely make sure you're hitting like and subscribe there. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at The Scene Snob. I'm very active on there. I'm always talking. We just got finished and posted for the Scene Snobs podcast on Sunday. My interview with A.T. White, the director of Starfish. Go check out that movie. It's magnificent. It's on Prime or it's on Hulu, or whichever one you have. And he was a great guy to talk to. So there's a good conversation. We do even touch down on Carpenter in that movie, in that interview. So thank you very much. Also, we are proud sponsors of Lost Weekend 13 Film Festival, which is coming up on March 19th to 22nd at Alamo Draft House in Winchester, Virginia. Get your tickets, $40 for a weekend pass. You can see any movie, be a part of the events, or you can just buy individual tickets. Great food, great menu, the whole nine. So please go check it out. Really look forward to it. Psychorama Reveal Party is coming up soon with Puppet Master. So with Psycho Cinema's putting on everything on. We are proud sponsor of Psychorama too. So we love Psycho Cinema and we want to be a part of whatever they do. So make sure you're going to check them out and go see Puppet Master at Alamo Draft House in Winchester, Virginia on the 10th. All right. Thanks a lot and great talking to you guys. Take care.